Hello guys, first of all I welcome you all to this interview question series. We are seeing some of the really important Python interview questions. We already completed four sets of this series and we are in the set 5. So let's get started. The first question of today's session is what is underscore underscore init underscore underscore in Python. Okay, these are the two underscore we have. So what is underscore underscore init underscore underscore? So it's an constructor we have. It's a special method. It's a special method known as constructor. The whole purpose of the constructor is to initialize the instance variable or create the object for the class. When creating the object for the class, let me just directly go with my Colab notebook. I have already imported the required libraries I have. So let me just create one class here. Okay, class and then class name. So let me just take the test here, and in that class I am taking one constructor def underscore underscore init underscore underscore, and I am passing one internal variable which is self is an internal variable, and also I am just passing some another parameters also which is name. Okay, and then roll number we have, right? So I am passing the variables, and after that I am just taking their references. Okay, I'm just initializing those variable. I'm just again defining one method here. The method name is display. Okay, the method name is display, and which the whole purpose of the display is to just show the whatever the information is there. Okay, let me just try to execute this cell. So the class is created. Let me create one object. T1 is equals to something like test. Okay, something like test. I'm passing some parameters, so I need two parameters, name of student. Okay, let me just take the Sunny and the roll number which is 101. This is my parameters. So object is created, and let me just take t1 dot display method. I'm just calling the display method over it. Clear? Let me just execute this thing. Okay, I'm getting the Sunny 101 as an output. Okay, so what happened here? So as soon as I create one object for this class, as soon as I'm creating the object for this class, the constructor will be executed automatically. The sole purpose of this constructor is to initialize the instance variable. These are my instance variable we have. So initialize the instance variable for that object. And also the constructor in Python is optional. Okay, the constructor in Python is optional. So let me just take this one and again create one class demo. Okay, class demo, and I'm taking directly a method def display, right? Def display, and I'm taking one internal variable self and just print the hello. So let me just execute this cell. Okay, the class is created. Let me just create the object for the class. Okay, this is the object for the class. Okay, this is the object for the class, and I'm just calling the display method. And as soon as I just execute the cell, I'm getting the hello. So right here I'm not defining any constructor. Okay, right now I'm not defining here the constructor, but the thing is that constructor is optional here. Whenever we are not providing any constructor, then PVM by default gives the internal constructor. Okay, a default constructor to initialize the object. Okay, and unless and until you don't have any instance variable to play, you don't need to define the constructor. But if you have an instance variable, then you have to define the constructor as well. So this is the thing we have with respect to the constructor. So what is constructor? The constructor is nothing but underscore underscore init underscore underscore. Clear? Let's just move forward with the other question we have. What are the tools present to perform static analysis? Okay, to perform static analysis. The two static analysis tools used to find the bugs in Python are PyChecker and PyLint. PyChecker detects bugs from the source code and warns about its styles and complexity, while PyLint checks whether the module matches up to a coding standard or not. So these are the static analysis to just check whether the code is correct or not. Okay, so let's just move forward with the other question we have. What is pass in Python? Okay, the pass is a statement. Pass is a basically a keyword we have, right? Keyword we have. It is just a keyword to define in the code, define in the code for null operations, for null operation. In simple word, if I wanted to create any logic but I do not implement it right now, then I can use the pass statement. Let me just directly go into my Colab notebook and see it practically. Okay, see it practically. So let me just take one here one I'm taking one function here. Okay, function f1 is here. Okay, function f1 is here, won't take any argument. Right now I'm not trying to implement any logic, then I can just take the pass statement, and it is I'm just taking placeholder, which is a pass statement. Let me execute this one. So def1 is ready, but def doesn't contain any implementation, any logical things. Okay, so whenever we have in a situation where we just construct one functions, methods, and don't want to implement any logic, then we can use the placeholder called pass we have. Clear guys? Next question we have for the session: how can an object can be copied in a Python? Okay, so how can we copy the object in Python? So let me just directly go with my Colab here. Okay, directly go with my Colab here. So first we have to import the copy module. So I have already imported it. So we have to import the copy module. So after importing the copy module, let me just take the L1 here. L1 is equals to, let me just create one list here for every I in range something like 10 we have, and let me just add this into the list. Okay, this is my L1 is created guys. L1 is created and created L2, which is a copy of L1. So L1 dot copy, L1 dot copy. So this is the copy of L1 only. So let me just take one thing here. Let me just execute directly. Okay, execute directly, and let me just try to print both the stuff. So let me just try to print L1 here and also the L2 we have. So I'm just printing those L1 and L2. If I just print L1 and L2, I'm getting the same thing, right? I'm getting the same thing. Let's just confirm it both are the different object or same object. For that we have a built-in method called id. So let me just take this one, print of id of something like L1. I just wanted to know what is the address of L1. Okay, address of L1 is there. Let me just take the address of L2 as well. Okay, so if I execute this thing right now, okay, and here you can see we will get the different object. Let me just take this one. Okay, I'm getting the different object we have. So 53235 and 3664, these are the two different object we have. So this is how we can just copy the object. Okay, we can create a new object. These are the other terminologies we also have, like a shallow copy and deep copy. We are not going into that deep right now. So we can see those kind of things in the next session maybe. And this is how just we can copy the L1 and L2. Again, one thing is that many people do this kind of thing. L1, so let me just take L3 is equals to L2. Okay, and I'm just printing the L3 right now. I'm printing the L3, and if I try to execute this one, I am getting the same thing. But the fundamental difference is that when I am utilizing this syntax, I am not creating any new object. Okay, I am not creating any new object, just I am creating another reference variable for existing objects. Just to verify the stuff again, let me just print id of L2. So L2 is there, and let me just take id of L3 as well. Okay, id of L3 as well, and execute this thing. If I'm executing this thing, you can see that 3664 and 3664, the same object we have, but there are two reference variables. So there is a difference between dot copy method and equal to method. I guess it's clear for all of you guys. Let's move forward with the other question we have. How can a number is converted to a string? Okay, so to convert the number into the like from string to number, we have a string method is there. Okay, the inbuilt string function can be used to convert a number into a string. Okay, let me just go into directly my Colab notebook we have. So num is equals to str of, okay, let me just take this one and str or something like 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and let me just print the num, and if I just execute this thing, right now I'm getting the string representation of the number. This is how we can just convert a number in the string. Okay, then the next question we have, what are modules and packages in Python? Okay, modules are the ways to structure a program. Each Python program file is a module. So module is nothing but your program file .py file we have, in which we can define classes, methods, okay, functions, and all sort of things, variables. So this is called a module we have. Importing other attributes and object. The folder of a program is a package of a module. So if we combine all the modules into the one folder, this is called one package. So it's a higher entity, it is a combination of module. So this is the module and packages we have into the Python. Next question, what is object function in Python? Okay, what is object function in Python? So in Python, object function returns an empty object. New properties or method cannot be added into that object. So if I wanted to create one empty object in the Python, we have a object method is there. The simple purpose of the object method is that creating and initializing an empty object which is don't have any methods and properties we have, right? Don't have any methods and properties. Next, move forward with the other question we have right now. Okay, what is the difference between NumPy and SciPy? So both are the libraries in Python. One is a numerical Python library and then another one is a scientific Python library. Okay, one is a numerical Python library and another one is a scientific Python library. NumPy stand for numerical Python while SciPy stand for scientific Python. NumPy is a base library for defining arrays and simple mathematical problems, while SciPy used for more complex problems like numerical integrations and optimization of machine learning and so on. So all the machine learning algorithms you can find in the SciPy module or SciPy library. Okay, and NumPy is basically a base library for computational, efficient computational, where we can have a support of arrays and all those kind of stuff, right? So this is the difference between the NumPy and SciPy we have, right? Next question, define encapsulation in Python. Okay, define encapsulation in Python. Encapsulation means binding the code and the data together. A Python class is the perfect example of encapsulation. Let me just go here, and I have created one class here right now. Okay, so this is my class, and in the class I am just binding my data. This is my data is here, name is my data, and their corresponding values are also there. So this is how we can just achieve the encapsulation in Python. Next question we have. Okay, next question we have for the session, what is a type in Python? Okay, so type is a built-in method, can be used to detect the type of any object. Okay, can be used to detect the type of any object we have. So let me just go here. Okay, and here we can just add one new cell here. Okay, let me just define variable a is equal to 10. Okay, then I am just defining something like b is equal to 1, and I'm just defining c is equal to true. So I want to know the type of each of these variable. Okay, let me just print a here. Okay, and okay, let me just type print. Okay, and I'm just printing the a, b and c, and I wanted to know their type, so I take type of a, right, type of b and type of c. type of A, B and C we have. Let me just execute this one. Okay, so I'm getting their types. So first variable is of int type, integer value is there, second one is an string is there, and third one is a bool. So if I wanted to know the type of variable, then I can use the type inbuilt function. Let me just go with the other question we have. What is the split function used for? Okay, the split function is used to split a string into a shorter string defined as a separator. Okay, means what? If I wanted to split the string to just create into their list, then I can use the split function. Split function. Let me just go here and take one string here. So str underscore we have, this is my variable name, and I have a string something like, I'm taking one string here. So string is like a comma b comma c comma d comma e comma f. Okay, this is my string, and I'm using something like res variable name str.split of comma. So I'm defining one delimiter here and execute this one. I'm getting the list from the string. Where if you don't define any delimiter, then the default delimiter is comma only right now. Okay, comma only. So this is the stuff we have with respect to the split method. Let's move forward with the other questions we have. What are the built-in types does Python provide? Okay, so Python provides a different built-in data types. So we have a numbers are there. In the numbers we have a integer, float, complex numbers are there, right? In the boolean we have something like a true and false is there. Okay, true and false is there. Then we have a string is there, a sequence of characters within the quotes, then we can use the string as well. Then we have a collection type is there, then we have a list is there, set is there, frozen set is there, and dictionary is there, which is a key value pair we have. So these are the different data types we have in the Python. Okay, next question we have for the day. What is docstring in Python? Okay, what is docstring in Python? Docstring is nothing but the documentation key, documentation string. If you want to provide any additional detail with respect to the functions, methods, then we can use the docstring. Okay, let me just go into my Colab environment and let me just define one method here, def so func. Okay, so let me just take the add function here, and the add function take two variable, and I wanted to provide some additional information about that function, then I can take the documentation string. The documentation string always start with the triple single quote, triple double quote. Okay, triple single quote or triple double quote, and I can pass any of the important information I want. So I'm just passing one information here. This function takes two numbers and returns their addition. Okay, returns their addition we have. So let me just return the a plus b here. Let me just execute this thing. Okay, let me try to run this. Let me just take the res variable and add, let me just take 10 comma 20. Okay, and just printing the res variable. I am getting the 30 as an output, so it's working fine. Let me just wanted to know about this function. If I don't know anything about it, then I can just use the print and add dot underscore doc underscore. Let me just take this one, and I'm getting the string representation whatever the information I have provided into the doc string. Okay, so it's a very good way of conveying the important information and what exactly the function does. Okay, let me just move ahead with the other questions we have. So how to reverse a string in Python? Okay, so there are many ways are there. So let me just take the simpler way we have right now. Okay, so let's suppose I have a one variable string underscore, and let me just take the variable as madam, and what I'm trying to do is that I'm just taking it reverse by using the slice operator. slice operator. Let me execute this thing. Okay, and I'm getting the reverse of it. So it's a kind of a palindrome string we have. Let me just take another string like ka AI, and let me just run this string as well. So I'm getting the reverse of it. I'm getting the reverse of it. There are many ways are there. We can use the for loop as well, but this is the most simpler way we have right now. Okay, so this is how we can just reverse the string. Okay, the last question for this today's session is here. Okay, the last question for the today's session, which is how to check the Python version using the CMD or in the command line prompt. So it's very simple. Just open the command using the CMD. Okay, this is the command line prompt we have right now. Okay, just type Python ---- version and press enter. You will get the version of Python. You will get the version of Python. If you haven't installed the Python in your system, then it will throw an error for you. Okay, so this is how we can just utilize the Python ---- command to get to know about the latest Python version using the command line prompt. We have. Okay, so that's it for the today's session, guys. So okay, we will again meet the other interview question related to Python. Till then, have a nice day.